Hey everyone, this is Sab and Berto, and we are
Yo.
live in Dubai.
Live in Dubai.
We have today's special episode and special guest. Today is purely rap back to bar.
Yeah.
And we have with us rappers Cassidys and the legendary rappers from Phillies. Welcome to the show.
This one is special to me, man. This one is special to me. Whenever I got Philadelphia in the building, man, it definitely feels good, man.
City of brotherly love.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man, thanks for having me out here in Dubai, though. It's lit out here, the UAE.
It's an honor to have you here.
Haha.
How you feel like every time like you're going to Dubai?
Feel like it's vacation time, man. I love the architecture, the weather, the people.
It's a little cold this time though, compared to like any other times that you. Oh, you came last time in the winter too, though, right?
It's the coldest I probably felt out here.
Yeah.
It's warmer than
Anywhere else.
home, yeah. So it's not that bad.
So tell us, like Cassidy, how you really like go into the rap music. I know it's like a little bit old. It's like almost like 20 years of music, hip hop. It's a journey. You know, I want to know like the story to share it with our audience.
All right. This is what I love to do. I started off rapping when I was in elementary school. I had this fire prevention program, an after school program in my school. And one day we was in the after school program, and it wasn't a teacher, but you know, the head of the program was going around the program asking everybody what you want to do when you grow up, what you want to be, what you want to pursue. So different people was like, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a fireman, and different stuff like that. So when she got to me, I was always academically advanced in school, but always had behavior problems because I was so bored and I already knew the work, so I didn't have to learn. So I would be like clowning around and playing around or challenging the teachers. So
Yeah, you can
like
do that.
I was kind of class clowning it back then. So when they asked me what I wanted to be, I wasn't rapping at the time, but I just love hip hop. I love rap.
Yeah.
So she was like, "What you want to do when you grow up?" I was like, "Man, I'm gonna be a rapper. I want to be a rapper. I want to do rap music." She was like, "All right, well, if you want to do rap music, write a rap about fire prevention, the program that we in. Write a rap about the fire prevention program and come in tomorrow and say it to the whole class, and we'll let you know if you got potential to be a rapper."
Yeah.
So kind of put me under pressure.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, I gotta write this rap now. So I went home, and that was the first time I wrote a rap. And I wrote the rap that night, kept going over it to memorize it, and I said it to the class the next day.
Yeah.
And they went crazy. They was like, oh my goodness. They was like spazzing out and losing it. And I couldn't believe that you can impress a person with just your thoughts, your ideas. Like, you don't gotta spend no money. You don't gotta bully them or push them. All you gotta do is think of something in your head, write it down, say it, and you could have a person going crazy emotionally. So that meant a lot to me, you know what I'm saying? So after that day, when everybody was going crazy, coming up to me, how you write that? Oh my goodness, how you do that? Like, I just love that feeling.
Yeah.
Ever since then, I said I want to be a rapper, and not just a rap for success or materialistic things. I wanted the rap to be the best. So that's why I always was into battle rap, into being competitive, because that's the reason why I fell in love with hip hop.
It's very like a emotional story, you know, because whenever like I listen to Cassidy music or when he's rapping, you feel like the rap hardcore, not like the behind music scenes, the sad, the scripted, you know. He's like the real rapper on the mic. Give me the mic.
He killing it.
Music,
Every bar,
you know?
bar for bar. Like he take control of it.
Yes.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It's totally different skills when it comes to rap battling than just like the traditional commercial hip hop music or rap music.
Yeah.
So how you create your own DNA, because you really known for really like battles and really killings other rappers.
Right.
So from 1996 to around 2001 was my battle career. In that period of time, I guess like, well, 9-5, I say 1995 to 2001. It was like a 6-year stretch. But I was battling every day, multiple times a day, all the time, just to get my name known. So that was around the time when I had over 5,000 battles in that period of time. But after I turned 21 years old, I got my first record deal when I was 17. So I had a record deal and was still battling. But once I got my budget for my first project, which was Split Personality, that was the record that Hotel was on.
Right.
So when I got the budget to do that and I started recording, I stopped battle rapping. You know what I'm saying? So one of the last battle raps that I did was versus Freeway.
Yeah.
And that's what...
That was classic too, man. That was classic.
Yeah,
that's one of the first ones you really captured on film too.
Yeah.
Like,
And that set the path for all of the battle leagues that we got now. For you to be able to see battle rap now is because of the me and Freeway battle. You know what I'm saying? But after I turned 21, I stopped battling, and I took about 12, 13 years off because I knew that there was money in battle rap. I knew that there was a lot of attention in battle rap. I knew that the world was gonna love it if they got an opportunity to get a taste of it. Yeah. So I wanted to do it for money. I knew it was business behind it.
Yeah.
But making the transition into doing music wasn't that easy because it is a lot different. Being competitive and battle rapping to no beat, and then trying to make music, choruses, melodies, and things like that is a completely different way of writing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, but I had to grow. I came, like I said, I got my first record deal when I was 17. I signed to Rough Riders. So I was around.
Oh, so you signed to Rough Riders prior to being signed to Swiss?
Well, I signed to Swiss. We had a production company, Full Surface Records.
Okay.
But I had a deal with J Records.
Gotcha.
Well, it's Sony BMG now. It's like, but it was J Records at the time. Clive Davis. I signed the deal with them, but Swiss was my production company.
Okay.
And I signed the Rough Riders before that though. That's how I got a chance to meet Swiss.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I was signed to Rough Riders in a 3-man group called Larceny.
Larceny family, right?
Me, Shiz, and Akbar.
Yeah.
And we was actually on Ride or Die Volume 2 and 3.
Yep.
And that's around the time when we start working with Rough Riders. But I mentioned that to let you know that I was able to see Eve working, X.
Shout out to Eve.
The Locks.
Rough Riders came.
Drag on, the whole team. I was able to like learn firsthand from them and like, you know what I'm saying, watch them work, listen to them. And then when I started to develop a relationship with Swiss, he played a huge part in the, you know what I mean, making the transition from battle rap to doing music. And it just come with, you just got to practice. You just got to stay on your job. And I was able to do it because I'm a real writer.
Yes. And you one of the few people who could actually cross that. I think it's like you and Fab are the only two people that come to mind that can make a hit song and like carry themselves like bar for bar. Like it's not too many people that can do that, which to me, I feel like that's amazing. Like I'm from Philly, like I said, man. And I remember like the battle rap scene, and I know how many rappers in Philly. It's like 1,000,001 rappers in Philly. But not too many people can kind of cross that boundary of like making an actual song. There's only a few people that can do that. So you, like, I would consider you one of the pioneers for that, like to make it from like a quote unquote like mixtape rapper. Not to say you was just a mixtape rapper, but like to put it on that like bar for bar type of thing, man. So salute to that. So would you say you like actually one of the people who pioneered battle rap?
Well, battle rap existed before I was born, but it was a different form of battle rap.
Right.
Like before, when you was just trying to prove that you was the best MC, like that you could control the crowd.
Right.
So a lot of the battle raps wasn't really aggressive energy. It wasn't like, I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna blow your head off. Like it wasn't like that.
Yeah.
It was just like, yo, I'm the best, and I rock the crowd. And it's like whoever get the crowd the hypest and stuff like that. It was like battles was different, and then it started to grow a little bit, where dudes did you sucker MC, and it's like, you know what I'm saying? It did start to grow, so it existed before me. But I'm talking about the new form of battle rap that people consider to be battle rap.
Right.
Like face to face disrespecting somebody and proving that you got the best bars,
the
best metaphors, the best lyrics, the best similes. You know what I mean? That's a different form of battle rap than they used to do back in the day. And I feel as though that form of battle rap I pioneered. Yeah,
no, I agree. Because not like I said, man, you are one of the best to ever do it, and you say, you got your record is 5,000. You know what I mean? Like I personally, man, I always have arguments with people when it comes down to battle rap. It's all perception, right? Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, and I'm always got you. I'm like, no, Cass won that. Cass won that. So we going to war every time anybody say anything different, man. I'm like, no, Cass won that.
And you're from Philly, so you know Broad and Alany. I went to Central High School.
Yep, B&O.
So I used to go to Broad and Alany. It was a block away from my school, 2 blocks away. So I had to walk to the depot every day after school.
Yeah.
And we used to have big ciphers out there every day.
You quit the 18 or the L? Which one?
I lived uptown, so you know what I mean? But everybody from the city that's famous from Philly, them passed through Broad Island and got in one of them ciphers.
Yep, had to.
Everybody. Anybody that you could ever know from Philly, them passed
rap,
through there
yep.
and ciphered. And that was like my territory. Like I held it down there every day. So it'd be hard for people to believe that I was in 5,000 battles, but if you think about it, if you have
if you rap
a lot of battles every day, it's like I didn't take no days off. So that's how I was able to get so conditioned.
Who do you think gave you a run for your money within battle rap? Or not even just in battle rap in general, even when earlier times in battle, who do you think was one of the ones who could kind of, damn, you don't know, you felt a little shaky about?
I never feel shaky. I'm always prepared, confident. You know what I'm saying? So I never get shaky from a battle rapper. You know what I mean? And I know the science. I know the level and the difficulty of writing because I was writing since a kid.
Right.
So I understand how difficult it is to write one line opposed to another line. Some fans don't.
Right.
They might just like both lines. And whatever one they feel the most or is closer to their lifestyle, they'll like the most.
Right.
They don't understand the science, the difficulty of writing those lyrics, how original the lyrics is, who might have said that lyric before, who might have used that wordplay or that structure before. They don't know all that. They just like the line.
Right.
And that's the majority of fans. But I study the science. I know the difficulty of writing raps. I know everything about the science. Mm-hmm. So I know when I go out there, I'm better than anybody that I face. So I never feel no type of way. Like no matter how good they do, it don't affect me. I don't look at it no different. You know what I'm saying?
Right. 100%. So we know you've been in the game for 20 years now almost, right? Or a little bit?
20 years.
20 years for sure.
1996, yeah.
It's
been a long time.
Man.
Because normally, if like you pass 5,000 battle, it's not like, as he said, it's not like normal lyrics. Just you have to freestyle it, repeat it every time,
right?
Because the audience are watching, So you create your own lyric way how you can write your song because you have to have like very creative way,
right?
So 5,000 battle is really amazing. How you make yourself like that kind of power of poetry. It required a lot of energy to find a new way to excite the audience when you have a regular events that's happening on a regular basis.
Yeah, man. They got to time consuming, man.
Yeah, that's what gave me such a crazy work ethic because you can't just come with the same lyrics every day and expect the same result.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You got to come with different ideas.
So
you got to do different things every time. I actually was on this radio show called it was on 103.9, in Philly.
Yeah.
It was Zulu and the Family. They had a show.
Oh man, dang, that's back in the day.
And I used to battle on a radio show. I actually won so many times that they had to retire me and make me a radio personality because I was winning so much. And I was 15 at the time.
Wow.
And every day I would have to battle because I was the champion.
Yeah.
But multiple people, probably like 5 or 6 contestants would call up to battle me every day. But they knew me because I was the champion. I rapped the night before. They knew me. Yeah. So they could prepare raps to come directly at me.
Right.
But these 5 or 6 people that's on the phone tonight, I never heard of them. I don't know who they're going to be or what they're going to say.
So it's hard to target them.
So I can't do personals at them. I can't personally talk about them unless I'm just freestyling off of something I just heard. But they can do that with me, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that made me figure out a lot of different ways to just prove that I'm better than people than, you know what I'm saying, being personal and all that. And that helped me figure out different ways to attract the fans. Because every day the same people listening. Yeah. So if you keep doing the same thing, they're not going to vote for you.
Of course,
So I got to just constantly think and constantly be creative. You got to constantly push your brain. But it was good at that age that I was doing that because now that I got 20 years in, I'm so conditioned. I could do so much. I'm so much of a machine. Yeah. It's just, I can't even explain it to another artist how to get this nice. It's just going to take time and consistency
dedication,
and work.
Yeah. So back to the bar, because you mentioned something about the rap battle has been changed because before it was about vibing and making the audience have fun, and right now it's going more in an aggressive way and violence word and everything. How you maintain your energy when it's come to that transition of battle rap? And I see you as you mentioned that you are very strong when it comes to stage. How you control yourself when the other like an aggressive word. They require some kind of like really like mentally strong to go to that battle, because I see many rappers that crash.
Right.
You know, like
have to be.
yeah. So how it goes, like when you go to stage.
Well, stage. You talking about battling?
Yeah, battling. Yeah.
I'm not too familiar with the stage battling, because I told you from 9-6 to or 9-5 to 01 is when I battled. That was before any battle league existed. Yeah. That's before you seen anybody on
off
stage
camera,
battling.
everything is more like who decide. Yeah.
Right. None of these leagues existed.
Yeah.
Nobody was battling on stage.
Yeah.
It was more about
street.
Yeah, and the rules was different.
Yeah.
It wasn't like 3-round battles and you stop at a certain time. You only get 1 minute or 2 minutes and 30 seconds to rap, and then you gotta stop. It's like it wasn't those type of rules. It was really to see who was better. So it's like y'all gotta stand there and battle until it's over, until somebody quit or the crowd
just too crazy.
Say that somebody won. And it's like, it's different now. It's like 3-round battles is on stage. So a lot of the things that, when I said battle rap originated when it was about controlling the crowd, it's going back to that, because they back on the stage with crowds. So you got to be able to control the crowd. But it's not going to be all about battling or seeing who the best if you're trying to control the crowd. And I know the difference because I do both. I battle rap and I rock the crowd. Like I just rocked the crowd last night. That didn't have nothing to do with battle rap.
Right.
So it's easy for me to do that when I'm rocking the crowd, because I know what you're supposed to do. But when I'm battle rapping, I'm so conditioned to crushing somebody that I can't, I'm not going to focus on the crowd. I don't even feel like you should in battle rap.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just like I don't feel like you should focus on the crowd in boxing.
Right,
Even though it's a big crowd there.
Is your opponent.
I don't feel like you should focus on anything that the crowd's saying, doing, or nothing. You should just focus on your opponent and winning the fight. And I feel like that's how battle rap should be. But it's slightly changing and it's slightly different than how it used to be. And that's another reason why I wanted to come back and get in the picture again after I took off for so long. I wanted to come back and, you know what I mean, give some of the foundation. Like, it got to be somebody that was there before these leagues started that contributed to what these things is, to give the rules. And
that's real.
You know what I'm saying?
What you say, one of your verses, you got popular off of battle rap. I made battle rap popular. You know what I mean? Like, hold up, what I said? I made battle rap popular. You got popular off of battle rap.
Yeah. Yes. Also, like signing at the age of 17, and and going to working with the labels, Hustler and Hotel, and all this major track. How it goes, like 12 years on that music dedication, and collaboration. So, what you learned during this process?
When
you signed, music videos,
Yeah, well, the business is a lot different than when I was just battle rapping. It was no business behind it. It was just talent and skill, free fall, fun. But when business get involved, it might influence artists to make different decisions than they would normally make because they focus on the business. And it's not like when you in school or when you coming up, you got a bunch of people to teach you about the music business. It's not like no real book. Yeah. I mean, it is books that about the music business that you could pick up and learn maybe 1 or 2 things, but it's not like a real.
But that real world training is the most important training that you can ever get.
That you could really get the information.
Right.
So you got to either go through it, live it out, or somebody that went through it can give you the information. But the people that got the information tend to keep it to themselves because that's where the power is at.
Right.
If they just give it out to everybody, then they don't got no power because they don't necessarily be the talent all the time. Sometimes they just got the information.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And they hesitant to share those resources, man, for reasons unknown. Like, because some people have different intentions on why they choose to hold the resources. You know what I mean? Sometimes when the ball in your court, you need to keep the ball in your court,
So I just learned that part. You know what I'm saying? How the business work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How budgets work, how albums get recorded, how money gets spent. Like, some people might think, like, just an example. Some people might say, yo, I'm going to be a big star. I'm going to come out and I'm going to sell 1 million records, right?
Right.
They just say that, not knowing
what it takes.
Anything or anything. But people don't even know that in order to sell, like, well, not now because everything is digital. It's different now.
Yeah.
But back when I came in the game, in order to sell 1 million records, you had to have 1 million records that exist. Like it had to be 1 million records that exist for you to sell 1 million records.
Right.
So if your budget wasn't that huge and they only printed up 200,000 copies,
there's no way you're gonna sell.
How could you possibly go platinum if there's only 200,000 copies in the whole world?
Facts. Yeah. Because it's
don't
physical
understand,
copies.
In order to go platinum, in order to have 1 million copies available for the fans to buy, you have to pay for that ahead of time. So back then, a CD was about anywhere from $1 to $3.
Yes.
So just say $2 a CD. Yep. If it's $2 a CD and you want to sell 1 million records, that means you need $2 million to invest up front before you sell one copy. Before you make $1, you need $2 million at least just to invest
inventory.
In the copies.
Right.
Not to mention marketing, promotion, recording budgets, producers, car services, hotels, your promo tour. I'm not talking about none of that. I'm just talking about just for the CDs alone.
Right.
Not talking about placement, not talking about distribution. I'm just talking about just for the CDs alone, you need that type of money.
This is game we giving y'all too, man. This is game.
The average person that do music will understand that. Like I didn't even fully understand all of the stipulations about making an album.
Right.
You know what I mean? But that's the reason why a bunch of artists needed to go get record deals and get with big companies because the average artist, the creator, would have never had those type of budgets to invest in themselves.
That's real.
So that's why you had to go to a big company that might not be a part of the culture, but they got the bag.
Yeah,
real.
Very true.
But once they got the bag and they not a part of the culture, they might influence you to do things that will make money but go against the rules of the culture. And I feel like that's what we fighting with now. Is a lot of music out that's going against the rules of the culture, but because it got some backing or some type of success, people think that's the way to go. So the new creators are coming up to start to do things that you shouldn't do because they think that's what you need to do to win. And the people in power is pushing that because that's how they win.
Of course.
But the culture, the real creators, is against that. You know what I'm saying? So it's always
the creators are suffering, man, just because they and at the end of the day, you got to make a living off of it. So the creation of making music these days is totally different now, and that's why you got everybody chasing the same way. And if you listen to music, man, it could go from a guy from the UK sound just like he from Atlanta, you know, or vice versa.
And that's exactly what I meant. Like those is the rules of the culture that existed that you couldn't do. You couldn't sound like nobody else. You couldn't look like nobody else. You couldn't dress like nobody else. You couldn't use the same slang. Everything with you and your clique had to be different from the next clique.
100%.
And that's what made hip hop so dope. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Nobody sounded like the Wu-Tang Clan. It's like only them, they only dress like that, use those type of drugs, act like that. It's like that's what made them. But nobody act like the Locks. Like, you know what I'm saying? They rap too, but it's just completely different. It's a different way they dress, look, act. Like
their whole identity was completely
everybody
different.
had a different sound, different producers, different energy. Now it's like everybody use one producer and everybody in one group. No matter what country, no matter what continent you from, no matter how you came up, you could have been a gangster, you could have been a schoolboy, you could have been a nerd, you could have got girls, you could have got none. It don't matter. Everybody just rap the same and talk the same thing. And that's not good. It's not going to
push the culture forward.
The culture is bigger than ever, and more people are interested in hip hop than ever before. But the culture is not going to grow the right way if people keep taking that same route.
So the easy way.
A lot of people is back waking up. Even people that's on now are starting to speak about it. You know what I mean? And a lot of people in the world are starting to wake up. So I don't feel as though it's going to last for long, but a lot of people in the world are manipulated. A lot of people in the world are not even listening to the music that they like the best. They listening to the music that's forced in their face.
And they have no other choice because everything is even curated right now. Like you able to get on these playlists is all curated for you. It's like the new form of radio. You know what I mean? You don't even get a chance to find out what you really like because you don't get a chance to see it or hear it. You know. So yeah, that is definitely dope that you said that. So as far as you, man, ghostwriting. Have you ever did any ghostwriting?
Yeah, I've been ghostwriting since the beginning of my career.
Oh yeah. I know you can't talk too much about it because of the ghostwriting, or maybe you can. I don't know.
I don't really like to heat people up unless they said it before. They don't really care. But
so
I wrote for a lot of people. I'm talking about arguably some of the best of all time. That was great before I even got on. Some of the dudes I looked up to before I even started rapping. I done wrote for dudes like that. I done wrote for younger cats, females, all different type of people.
You still doing any ghostwriting now?
Yeah, right now. Well, one of the last songs that I just wrote, it wasn't really ghostwriting like that, but I just wrote an R&B song for Ray J.
Okay.
Dope, crazy.
All right. Dang, that's crazy.
Stupid. Yeah. So I'm in my R&B bag now, right? R&B.
Ray J just came out with an album, right? Ray J. Was it on that album or something new?
It's new. It's
okay.
Drop it yet, but
yeah.
It's dope, man. I've been just
shout out to Ray J.
R&B bag writing songs too. But as far as bars go, if there's any type of bar that you want or need, I can put it together. It's easy for me. Yeah. It don't matter how many syllables, what type of figurative language you is, what you want to say. Yeah. All you got to do is just let me know what you want to do, and I can put it together. So that's why a lot of people be wanting me in the studio to use me as a ghostwriter, because it's easy for them to get what they want done. Yeah.
Right. Do you do a lot of collaborations now, or you work?
Hip hop started off with ghostwriting. The first hip hop song that was ever put out was ghostwritten. Yeah. So people think that, you know what I mean, everybody's so original and everybody writers. Most of the music and albums that people like around the world was a collaboration of a bunch of people. Facts. It wasn't just the one artist that you seen on the cover. It was a collaboration of a lot of people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I think that's what people misconstrue or fail. Like, you don't have. Is people who have talent in different areas. Some people are great personalities and they can sell because of their personalities, but they aren't great writers. So it's people like you and the people who need, to have ghostwriters, because I mean, the quality of music would totally suck if they were to do everything,
Facts. Exactly. And there's some dudes that might be nice, got ideas, got thoughts, could put bars together, but like you said, might not got the look, might not got the voice. Or might got an image where you won't believe the stuff that they writing. Right. So if they give it to somebody, like I might love gangster movies and I could write all about this gangster stuff. Right. But I'm not a gangster. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So if I find a gangster that could really play that part and I write all of this stuff for him and I give it to him and he says it, then people would take it different.
Right. And that's the two things that make it, to make it big. I tell everybody who I come in contact with who wants to be an artist, I say people either have to believe your story or want to be who you are. And if you don't have that, there's no way you can make it as a celebrity or a star in music, because they're the only two things that matter and keep records selling,
that's the thing that make people die-hard fans. Regardless if the machine on you or not, if the energy is behind you or not, they're going to stay fans forever if they really believe in you and they really could vibe with you. They believe you the truth. That's how you get die-hard fans.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
From the cult following.
Tupac.
Die-hard
fans that believe everything that Pac said was real.
Yeah, some people still think Pac is alive right now. They can't get over the fact that he's gone because they're that hard. Corey.
And to this day, people still believe in his lyrics. Like, it's like Bible scripture or something. Yeah. Like the Quran scripture.
All around the world, too. And that's crazy. The impact that hip-hop has had all around the world through guys like Tupac and Biggie and even with Big L has a large following that a lot of people don't even dig, which, he was one of the first, not first, but he was one of the original, punchline rappers who I think, a lot of artists like yourself and, Fab, hitting those punchlines. He was one of the innovators of that, or I think one of the ones who brought that to the forefront of hip-hop,
Also, Lord Finesse, he was, before.
Oh, yeah.
He was, one of the first people that I heard crazy punching and piecing up multiple syllables that inspired me.
Still digging in the Crates crew. That was he digging in the Crates crew, Lil Finesse?
I think so, yeah.
Some people don't even understand that when rap started, they was rhyming one syllable. Mm-hmm. And he came back in the day when it was kind of old school rap, and he was rhyming 2, 3, 4 syllables and using figurative language back in the day. To give you an example, Lil Finesse said, "We could battle. I let you pick the winner. I drop heavy shit like I had bricks for dinner." Now look. Pick the winner. That's 3 syllables. Right. Pick the winner and shit for dinner. That all rhyme. Shit rhyme with pick. Right. Shit for dinner. Pick the winner. That's a 3-syllable rhyme. So it's easier to rhyme winner with center than pick the winner. Because now you got to rhyme more than winner. Right. Yeah. So in your head, if I ask you what rhymes with winner, you probably could think of something quicker than if I said what rhymes with pick the winner. Right. Now you got to think of something. It's harder. It's more difficult.
Cass giving y'all a history lesson and a writing course at once right now too.
Yeah. So that's what inspired me. When I was a kid and I heard him putting them syllables together and using figurative language like that, way ahead of his time. You know what I mean? He was a dude that really inspired me to want to get busy.
That's dope, man. That's dope.
But yeah, Big L, I feel like he didn't get his flowers while he was here. I
know,
figured like
man.
after he passed away, people started to learn later,
Yeah,
like what he was capable of.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Like, and we got to start giving flowers while people are here, man. Because I feel like we're losing a lot of legends, a lot of people who not even legends yet, that they didn't even reach their full potential yet. You know, like right now it's like a crazy time, and I don't know if it's like just, you know, technology making more people celebrities and everybody has access to be a celebrity right now, or like it's just we living in a crazy time. Like I can't put my finger around it, man. You know,
be a little bit of all of that.
Yeah.
But I do think social media and things like that do play a part now with how people look at celebrities, because now you got access to them all the time.
Right.
Like before, if you was a fan of somebody, you would just see them whenever they did a video show, or whenever you watch their video,
or the magazine.
When you buy a magazine and they got a picture of them and they got a write up.
I used to have all y'all pictures. By the way, man, just back in the day, in my room, man, I had a whole Rough Riders wall, or everybody that's associated with the Rough Riders, everybody that was associated with Bad Boy, everybody like in my room, man, just growing up, just like that was kind of my motivation. I had a little makeshift recording studio and all that.
Nah, that's hard.
Yeah, and you write a letter, you know, send it with a postal, you know.
Yeah.
To arrive after 2 months, you know.
Right, man. Yeah.
If it reaches, you know.
Now you can just go right on Instagram and see everybody's life. They going live.
I can actually interact. I can just leave a
now.
comment, man. I can leave a comment on anybody's page and be like, "Yo, good job." You know what I mean? And I'm like, "Damn, this is my interaction with this celebrity who is, you know, went to my wall, man." That's
that's the difference now.
Yeah.
And like you said, a lot of people might feel like some people get what a celebrity is confused. They going by numbers.
Yeah.
They might say, "Oh, he got this amount of followers," or they don't understand like celebrity is looked at different than it used to be back in the day because of the numbers and
right.
No, but I agree with you on this, because the number online, it doesn't mean he's a celebrity on the real world, because when you go as an artist, he's go to venues.
Right.
Exactly.
If you are having big numbers online, but you cannot feel the club,
Right.
So there is something missing.
Yeah.
So this is a big challenge, because nowadays still the offline world is a big challenge. You know, that's why an artist cannot go by himself for a show. You know,
Right.
And this is how you evaluate the real artist from not.
Yeah.
Because back to the time he talked to you about like physical CDs and physical show without internet and Instagram, and still like feeling people.
Still fill a venue up. You can still fill a venue up with only word of mouth, or even like posters hanging around like in your city.
Yes.
You can't. I mean, nowadays an artist can have 100,000 followers and can't get 100 people in the building.
Club,
And Cass out here selling out in Dubai right now. You know, like, you know, and this is how you can really gear, you know, impact.
Because that's why fame is not for sale, you know.
Right.
It's a process. You earn it. Respect the fans, you know, and fans follow your music regardless. Because all of this social media is keep changing, and all company close down, open up, but still the artists stay without all these things. Even now, Jay-Z, he's still without any social medias. He's still doing his music.
Right.
So social media nowadays, it harm, as you said, the music industry by giving bad impressions on,
it's almost like
on
a
the
false
music
hope.
process, and make it look more easy on the process. And this is really bad, but doesn't affect the real hip hop, because real hip hop will not affect by all this noise.
Right.
And that's what I think. I think more people that's in position need to figure out categories to separate all of the things that's going on. I think the problem is, I think I heard an artist, who was it? Tyler, the Creator. He just won a Grammy the other day. And he had an issue with the fact that I think they gave him the best urban.
He was
something like that. But it's like he felt as though he do pop music. But they categorize people that might do pop music, R&B. They'll put them all under hip hop. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's another reason why it's like a lot of confusion too, because it's hard to determine what is what. You don't understand what is what, and if you put it all in the same category, and a person that's singing with auto-tune is number one, then you think that's what you got to do to be the number one rapper. But that's not even rap. You know what I'm saying? So they need to categorize that what that should be, categorize this what this should be. You know what I'm saying? Like even the guy that came out, I want to take you back to the old time.
Lil Nas X.
It was like country music, right? But a lot of people didn't want to consider that country music because he a little black kid. And it's like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, but that is country music. It's like, what else is that? That's not
right.
rap.
It's not rap. Yeah.
That's not hip hop. That's not nothing to
It's
do
definitely
with
not
hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So
Definitely.
they need to categorize the music that's coming out now in the right place.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Do
The
you
reason why when you about to hear something Afrobeat, you know the type of music that you want to hear.
Right.
Now, if they start saying the next R&B song is Afrobeat, and
Right.
they don't even got no Afrobeat.
Afrobeats in it.
And they say the next rock song is Afrobeat. Then they put a rock person and an R&B person in the category and say best Afrobeat album is Beyonce. And it's like, yo, my man, come on, man. Like, we know she huge and she could win awards, but it's like, let's categorize everything where it's supposed to be.
It manipulates the system, man. It kind of gives a false impression of what is what. And they manipulate the book game like that too. Like if you wrote a book, you could pitch a book and say best motivational book and it's an autobiography.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like you shouldn't win a best motivational book, #1 seller in that area if you wrote an autobiography.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So yeah.
Definitely.
So you explain how you got hooked up with Swiss. You know, what other producers have you worked? I know at one point you was linked with Carmelo Anthony at one point.
Yeah, we did some business on
Yeah.
back in the day. Well, I'm gonna answer the first question. I met Swiss with Rough Riders, and that's when we started working. But it was a lot of other producers, PK, Dame Grease.
Oh yeah, Dame Grease. Shout out to Dame Grease, man. Shout out to Dame Grease. I know him through my man Casino from back to Rough Riders. He used to be down with the Locks back in the day. That's my man. He in South Carolina now.
I done work with mostly. I done been in with Timberland. I done been in with Scott Storch. I done been in with like some of the biggest producers in the world.
Yeah.
Cool and Dre and McDowell, like Neo the Matrix. I've been in there with a lot of legendary producers that made history, made hits, and the RZA. Like, you know what I'm saying? People
I just met him last December, man.
Also been in there with a lot of new producers, vinyls. Like a lot of the dudes that's doing a lot of hit records right now, they started with me. So I work with a bunch of producers. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like that's another thing they try to do too. They try to force producers with an artist to think like if you work with this producer, you gonna get a hit. Yeah. I don't feel like that's how hip hop work neither. So a lot of times me and them artists ain't click because they was giving me a sound that somebody else already had.
Right,
you know what I'm
right.
saying?
It wasn't original.
I don't really vibe out like that. So even though they might be a great producer and I'm a great rapper, just because you put them in the studio together don't mean that instantly you're just gonna get the biggest hit in the world. Right. Because it gotta be a certain type of vibe. You know what I'm saying? And so I work with a lot of producers and I'm happy. I still want to work with more though. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I want to give these producers some direction too. Separate themselves from the rest of the producers, be more original and do like press it. Like do things that you think you can't do. Like you just keep doing a carbon copy of the same beat you do. Like, you know what I mean? Push yourself, do a little bit more. And I feel as though working with an artist like me that'll push himself to do more will help them be able to do the same.
Man, so right now you heard it here. You heard it here. Yeah. Don't be afraid to reach out, man.
In the mellow question, when I got this is when I told you I was on J Records. Right. Well, J Records it was over. J Records don't exist no more. So when the label all went downhill, the parent company that took over J Records stuck with certain artists, like maybe like Alicia Keys, like, you know what I'm saying? But majority of the artists was able to get out their contract, so that's how I was able to get away from J Records. And once I was away from them, I knew I wanted to still make music, still be productive, still be impactful, but I didn't want to put myself in the same situation that I was in previous. Like I wanted to grow, I wanted to improve, and I knew more of the business now, so I knew I could take more responsibilities into my own hands. But I needed an investor, I needed capital, I needed a budget. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, well, I go to a record label or a head of whatever company that we don't have nothing in common. Right. They don't make music, they don't rap, they don't make beats, they just the bank. They just the bank. Yeah, like why would I go to them for the bag when I know people that I got better relationships with or more in common with that's getting money right now. Yeah. Even certain people that might be getting money that might not know what to do with it or how to invest it. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to just ask for favors. this is a good investment, because if you invest this small amount of money into this, we're going to be able to
return,
get this.
the ROI gonna be crazy.
It's already mapped out. You know, it's not like you can see it. It's already, every step of the way is already mapped out.
Right.
So that's what I put together with Mello to start my own production company, and have my own record label, and got with Mello for him to be able to bring the capital to the table and the budgets. So I wasn't signed to Mello or nothing like that. That was confusion too. People thought I was signed to him, but he doesn't have a record label. He doesn't even do music.
Right.
So I wasn't signing nobody that doesn't do music when I really do music.
Right.
That don't even make sense. But he had the budget, the money. You know what I'm saying? He was successful and he was a cool dude.
Right. So it was more like a partnership.
The idea and a plan for him to invest this amount of money for me to put this plan together to put that project out. So we put a mixtape out, and that was when I dropped my Cash album. I got the distribution through E1 because I was independent at the time.
Yeah.
And that's when I did that project, when I was working with Mello at the time.
This is really like very interesting, you know. I really appreciate your honesty and sharing with us your story, because we learn a lot from him today, especially about the music industry, and also right now, based on that changes on the industry, like there is no more physical CD and everything. Do you feel right now it is like more easier to compete on the music business from business perspective? Because as you mentioned right now, even like major label, they don't have anymore the machine of the music producer and everything. It's just more on distributor side. So if you go to label right now, it's like more of I can do it by myself. There's no much else to offer.
I think that's why the record labels is not like when I came around, there was hundreds of
billions
record
of
labels.
records.
There was too many labels to even remember. Everybody was cutting checks. So I felt like it was, if you was a real creator back then, it was probably easier to get a check, get in position and get opportunities, because there was so many opportunities available and everybody was looking for something.
Right.
Now it's probably a handful of labels left, like three real major labels left, and
what you got,
like you know
Sony, Warner, big dogs.
So it's like the only way to get a check is through a couple people. You know what I'm saying? There's billions of people that's trying to rap. So it's more difficult in that way. But it is easier with technology, like you said, with social media and the internet. You can build up a fan base. I can release a song tomorrow from Dubai, and I can release it from here, and it'll go all around the world at the exact same time.
That's crazy.
But back in the day, in order for me to get somebody in Dubai to know that I was dropping music will require huge budgets. Right. I don't got no relationships in Dubai. There was no technology to get it over here. And to get my album in a store or anywhere out here in Dubai will require a lot of money and relationships. And like even if you had the money, what would you do? Where would you put it? Where is the stores? Who takes it? Like who knows the process? Like that's why you needed a label at that time, because they had the whole setup. They could get you music all around the world.
It was
that's
that
why
one-stop
people
shop.
all around the world know my music and know me. You know what I'm saying? Because I had that machine at the time. You know what I mean? But if you want to do it on your own, it's going to require a lot of budgets and a lot of relationships and a lot of teams that you're going to have to hire to be able to work your music. And that's what a lot of artists don't understand.
True.
But now with the internet, now that you can release it and everybody could get it at the same time, it eliminate those issues. You know what I'm saying? You don't got to worry about how I'm going to get it everywhere now. Right. Because now you can just put it online. There's so many platforms that's online that
get it to all the DSPs.
So it's a lot easier to reach people, but now it's harder to get people attention because the focus was smaller back then. It was only a limited amount of radio stations and video shows and things going on, so you knew what was it. Now with the internet, it's like so many people putting out music and doing stuff, and it's like, what? It's just it's harder to find. Like, you know what I mean? Even though people all around the world could get your music, what's going to make people all around the world want to click on your music, want to hear your music, even know that they can click on it? Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's why you still need some type of budgets or some type of impact. You got to be making some type of noise to make people want to click on or know or even search or do whatever they got to do, even if they can't find your music. Facts. Because I got fans, like loyal fans. I did an interview the other day, and a guy called up and he was like, "Yo, I heard you." He's like, "Yo, I heard you. I bought your Bars album." He's like, "Yo, I bought it, man. I love that album, but why did you only make one album? Why you ain't make no more albums?" But Bars was my third album.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I made albums after that and before that.
Right.
But all he know
Was
is the
Bars.
Bars
Yeah,
album.
yeah.
And he said he bought it and he said he liked it.
Yeah.
But still don't know none of the
Nothing
other
else.
stuff that I
Right, right.
dropped.
Yeah.
So some fans could think like, yo, if I only heard Bars, I probably wouldn't be as much of a fan as I am when I heard this or when I heard him do that freestyle, when I heard this
Right,
or when I
right.
seen this. It's like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? But all he know is that. You know
Right,
what I'm saying?
facts.
And there could be other people in the world that might even know less than that. Like I was in a hotel with a girl last night and she said, I'm your biggest fan in the world, right? So we was talking
bold
to her and we
statement.
like, yo, you my biggest fan in the world.
Right.
So he was like, so what music you like? Like what you like from him? She was like, Hotel. That's my favorite song. I love Hotel. So we was like, all right, what else? She like, well, that's all I know is the Hotel song.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Like, how can you
What?
get a big
How can you possibly say you my biggest fan in the world and you only know
one song?
my first song?
Right,
though?
right.
Like that was the first single that I ever. Like that was so long ago,
Yeah.
and it's like you only know that one song. You
Right.
never heard nothing else. You don't know nothing else
Yeah.
at all.
She couldn't do the
She
drinking the two-step or
like,
nothing.
I just fell in love with that song and that song. I know. But you know, different people on different timelines.
But it's
with
beautiful to
every
even have that connection with somebody, even like that they can even think in their head that they're your biggest fan halfway around the world based on one song. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though it's not, you know, your way, but the impact is still like crazy to even for somebody to even think that. You know what I mean?
I basically said that to let people know that yeah, you could be impactful, but the timeline, the things that people know about you is not all the same.
Right,
From
right.
every fan.
Yes,
It could
very
be
true.
two people in the front row and they both screaming,
Right.
but one know every
Everything.
single song you
Right.
put out, line for line, and the other one only know you for one song. But they
Right.
both losing it the same way and they both look the same and you will never know unless you talk to them.
Right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying?
Real. That's real.
I think on this matter is really right because all these things like online promotion and all this doesn't matter when you go touring and you're gonna meet with your fan globally and traveling city to city.
Yep.
That's the only time when you see the fan impact and knowing your song. You know when you perform because that's really matter.
Right.
Because if the fans come to your concert or not doesn't book your event doesn't mean that's a real love.
Facts.
A real love of fans that buy your music, investing in you, and follow you. You know, because this is something really like artists that don't understand. Because YouTube views doesn't mean nothing.
Sometimes the most views is violence, negativity, or
Yeah.
it could be a kid like that got a disability or something. He doing something that
Something
like
crazy.
something
Yeah.
weird,
Yeah.
and the views would be huge. But that don't mean that the people is fans of this
Yeah.
kid that's acting retarded or doing
Right,
something
right.
stupid.
Yeah.
They just like to see stuff like that.
Yeah.
But that don't mean that they gonna support you after that.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? They
Or
gonna move
they're
on
going-
to the next video
Yes.
that's
Right.
funny like that.
Yeah.
They're not really a fan of you.
Yes.
They actually laughing at you.
Not
They
with
just
you, actually.
using your thing to do whatever they doing, and that's why the views is up. But
Yeah.
that don't necessarily make you into a star or a celebrity just because your views is up.
Yes.
Fact.
How you feel, Cassidy, like when you're touring and you go to other city, and that music that you make has become your own brand that you share love with the fans. What is the most things meaningful for you when you travel because of your music? You are here in Dubai because of your music.
Yeah, and that's
a dream.
That's incredible. And when you go to I went to places that I never thought that I would be before. Like I went to countries that I could barely pronounce.
Yeah.
And I had fans there.
Yeah.
Right.
I had when I went to what is called Kazakhstan.
Oh, Kazakhstan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I went there, I met a guy and he said, yo, he like, yo, I love you, man. You my favorite artist in the world. He like, yo, you the reason why I learned English. He like,
Man,
yo, I
that's
didn't
crazy.
speak no English.
Yeah.
He like, I couldn't speak English. But when I heard you rap and how aggressive and your tone of voice and how you was doing it, he said, I just had to know what you was saying. He like, I just wanted to know what you was saying. So that's why I learned the English language. And you the reason why I learned English. And you see how I could talk good now. I'm good. He like, yo, you inspired me to want to learn English. And you my favorite rapper. And I'm like, in the
That's
country that
impactful.
I could
That's
barely think of, I never
Right.
knew about or nothing.
Yeah.
It's like you got fans there of your music. And when I seen that and the impact you can make, as I told you, that's the reason why I fell in love by impressing that fire prevention class and having them going crazy is what made me want to rap.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
knowing that I could do that to people that I would probably never even see or meet but you can influence them in somehow, some way by making your music. Is why I love it, why I do it.
That's,
you know what I'm saying?
That's wild,
if it was
man.
for the bag or something, there's a billion different opportunities and ways that you can make money.
Very true.
Way more money than hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
There's
real.
so many things that you could pursue and do if you want to be a celebrity or you want to get the girls or you want to add the cars. It's like I would advise way more other decisions that you should make if you want that.
Yeah.
Right.
But I don't want that. I want to do what I'm doing. I want to impress people with my words, with what I'm able to do with my mind.
Yeah.
That impact, man. That impact is crazy, man. Whoever thought stop dropping roadcasts when you was in 6th grade doing the fire prevention program rap that you would inspire somebody to learn English from Kazakhstan.
Yeah.
Facts.
That's crazy.
Yes, this is the thing like meaningful for artists, you know, when it comes to music careers, because beyond, as he said, like the financial things, there is something meaningful when somebody tell you that you impact my life and you make something meaningful to me.
Yeah.
This is something like really priceless, you know. And for Fan Love, he know more story from his fan that we know as a journalist, you know, because for him there is some story, maybe someone just drop him a long email story that he read it line by line, because it's really so meaningful, the story, and there is an incident happened to that person, reflecting that I was desperate at that moment and listened to that song and that song saved my life. That's something really crazy.
I hear a lot of that, especially when I was going through my case, my accident. You know what I mean, I nearly died in an accident, and then in the case they was trying to give me life without the possibility.
Yeah, man, I remember that, man.
So
that was
go through those
crazy.
things and hold it down, and then write the songs that I wrote about those situations. I
The
get a lot of
Innocent Man
emails
song.
like that. Yo, I was fighting the case too, man. He was trying to do this, man. If I ain't hit Innocent Man, I would have. I mean, you saved my life, bro. But when I heard how it's just different stories about, you know what I mean, how you carry it and how you hold yourself, and then it motivate people to want to be the best that they could be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And also sometimes for artists, when you have a hard time, like you mentioned, like a case or like the case of R. Kelly and everything, that total fame go as negativity and goes like everybody against you, and you become the most hated person. And that time, you know, only the real fans that stand by your side, because at that time people switch lines and become all against you. You know,
some people, those is the ride the wave fans, but most of the people that's loyal fans still gonna be fans. And some of the people was never fans in the beginning. It's just all about what you focus your attention on. So when you don't got no case and no negativity going on, then most of the attention and most of the focus is on the people that love you, that's saying positive things. But when you're going through an issue, then most of the attention and most of the focus is on all of the negative comments. It don't matter whenever a person say, I don't care about whatever, I love you to death, I'll kill myself right now for you. It don't matter about that comment if it's 5 other comments under it saying something negative and it's a negative time. You know what I'm saying? So it just depends on what people focus on. There's billions of people in the world, and it's like it's always gonna be people that agree and disagree. It don't even matter if the Prophet Muhammad came back or Jesus came back. It's like, all right, well, we don't believe in you, Jesus, because we follow the Prophet Muhammad. Or we don't believe in you, the Prophet Muhammad, because we follow Buddha. We don't believe in none of y'all because we atheists. It's going to be millions and millions of people that feel all these different ways. But if you only listen to a list of comments from the Christians about the Prophet Muhammad, of course you're going to get negativity if you only looking at the Christians. If you listen to comments about Jesus and you only listening to the atheists, of course you're going to get a bunch of negative comments. You know what I'm saying? But it is going to be people in the world that totally agree with you. It's just all about where you put your attention and what you focus on.
So how do you remain in good spirits? Like just going, like when you went through those trials and tribulations of things, you seem like you were always like, I know you focus a lot on the music, but how do you remain like in good, positive, like, you know, spirits during those times? Because there are 2 situations that was like, I mean, they both of them would have ended your life if they went the wrong way. You know what I mean? And you know, you came out and here you are, you know, you in Dubai right now. So
believing in the higher power and believing in myself, you know what I'm saying? And knowing how life go, man. You know what I'm saying? Life ain't gonna be all peaches and cream and ain't smooth. And sometimes what you want and what you pray for requires you to go through certain things for you to learn and be prepared for what you praying and asking for. So some people might say, I pray for $1 million, right? And The higher power might be ready to bless you with that $1 million, but he know if he gave you that $1 million, there's so many things that you won't know what to do with that $1 million. There's so many adjustments that you need to make before you get it. But when you're a grown person and there's nobody, like no parents and nobody to tell you, is like it's hard to make those adjustments unless you forced in a condition, like you forced in a situation where you forced to adjust, and you're not understanding why, but it's forcing you to make a change. So now that the blessings can come, but that's what you pray for. It's not like a penalty. Some people think it's like a penalty. Nah, is really a blessing. You know what I'm saying? It's something that you ask for. You just need to make adjustments before you could receive it. So I feel like that's what I was going through in them times. Then I kind of understood it, so that's why I was able to stay strong and make it through it.
So, what's in the future for Cass, man? What do we have?
I feel like I'm just getting started, man.
Yeah.
I still feel young, man. I still feel like I'm 17 when I started.
Okay.
I got a lot more to accomplish. I feel like people only really understand about 5 to 10% of what I'm capable of. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna just keep working, man. Keep grinding. I got a lot of new music out right now as we speak.
Right.
As soon as I get back to the States, I'm putting out some more music, more videos.
Right.
CassidyTheHustler.com. That's DAHUSTLA.
Yeah.
The clothing line is available. Got a bunch of different dope designs.
Right. That's you right now. That you got on right now.
That's fresh.
You go.
That's fresh.
But if you look on the website when you get a chance, it's like so many different dope designs. Hats, jackets, hoodies, shirts, everything.
Right. You shipping worldwide.
Worldwide.
Yeah.
I just wrote my first movie.
Wow.
I knew I could write movies because I'm a writer, but I just never took the time to do it. But I wrote my first movie. I'm so proud of it too, man. It's gonna be super dope. So I'm looking forward to shooting that soon.
You know, everything is possible. I believe in you, Cassidy, because yesterday I was posting about Kobe. You know, may rest in peace. You know.
Yeah, rest in peace, Kobe, man.
Rest in peace.
He's
Can we get
as well? Yeah.
Can we get a moment of silence real quick for Kobe?
Rest in peace, Kobe.
So you inspire me, like when you say about like you can write for a movie, because it's the same thing for Kobe. You know, he was having the passion for writing. You know, and nobody believed in him. No, you are a basketball player. You know, what you do in a movie and everything. And then he make a short movie, and he win Oscar for that, and he make it happen. So when he go to the speech, you know, and he want to talk about what story happening, it's just that I feel that moment I can write, and he write, and then the prize it doesn't actually reflecting you of what you're doing, so you don't need validation because you think that you could do that, you know. So people judgment trying to put you down, you know, but if you really have something to make it in a movie, I think you 5,000 butter, that's like warm up, just started, you know. So what do you think if he just enter to the movie field, what he can make for us story, you know? This is so inspiring.
Definitely,
man. I got a personal question, man. You have so much material, like whether it's battles, whether it's like just freestyles, whether it's you know, your commercial material, whether it's just album cuts. How do you keep it all? Like, how do you just like?
I can't keep it all.
Okay, because I'm like, man, this is Cass' mind has to be like on some like different plane, man.
I'm also always thinking of
new
things, new ideas.
Yeah.
Sometimes I might start working and I don't completely finish the idea. Yeah. So those ideas would be constantly in my head too. Yeah. So like you said, sometimes people might come up to me like, "Yo, Cash, remember you said I do this," and I might like, I might know certain words.
Right.
But I can't remember it line for line like them. I'm like, I gotta hear that. I gotta listen to that a couple times to get that back. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just hard to remember everything. Plus, when I got out of my car accident, I had amnesia for months. I used to hear about amnesia in movies, and I seen it, but I couldn't understand it. Like, how can you still be talking and regular but not remember nothing? I didn't really understand it until it happened to me. You know what I mean? But like 15 or 16 years of my life or something like that, I couldn't remember. Wow. So all my career, I'm talking about all my songs, like even songs that I performed a lot, like Hotel, or I'm a Hustler, songs like that, I couldn't remember the words. Like, you know what I'm saying? Right. And I couldn't even remember nothing from the song. When you hear it, it's like you having like deja vu, like you know, like you seen, like you looking at it, like damn, this happened before.
Right.
When I hear the song, it's like I know I heard it. It's like it feel like you heard it,
Yeah.
but you just can't remember nothing.
Dang.
It's like
and it's your voice and everything.
everything.
You just, wow.
You see,
Wow.
I actually seen the video. Like that's how I was able to work on getting my memory back. Like,
Right.
I used to play my videos for me. I used to
Yeah.
see myself in the video
Yeah.
saying it, and they telling you that's you, and it's like you don't remember the video, you don't remember shooting it, making it, you don't remember none of the words, you don't remember the melodies. You like, it's weird, like, and that lasted for a little minute, but you know they told you like the same way like a sore outside your body heal, your brain to take time to heal.
Yeah.
So every day I would wake up and I would like remember a little bit more,
Mm-hmm.
like you know what I'm saying. And after a couple months, I started to remember my music again. Like all my, I started remembering it and remembering other music that I might not have even been listening to, like that I didn't hear, but now I can remember those things, and it's like more and more and more started coming back. So after about 3-4 months or whatever, I got like majority of my memory back. Just the accident itself, I still can't remember that, and that's probably a blessing. Because I probably don't need to remember that.
Right.
Everything else from right before I got in the accident, like when I got in the car, and when I woke up out the coma. That's when I got my memory back from that time. But the whole coma time and the actual accident, I don't really remember.
Man, you blessed, man.
Yeah.
Yo, Allah, God, the higher being, Most High, has definitely blessed you in numerous occasions throughout your career and throughout your life, man. So we proud to have you here today. Just even,
Thanks, man.
based on that, man.
Make you appreciate, you know what I mean? Because it's like at the snap of the finger, the same, like how you said it happened with Kobe. Nobody expected it. It's like you can't predict it. Nobody see it coming. It's just out of nowhere. And that's how the accident happened. Like I'm thinking I'm about to go to the studio. It was a regular day.
Right.
And then the next thing you know, it's like, you know what I mean? So that's why I just learned to appreciate life, appreciate the things I am blessed with, and to go harder while you do got the time you got. Like, I mean, higher power might have wrote a different contract for everybody. He might have wrote 41 on Kobe contract.
Right.
But look at all of the things that he did in those 41 years. It's certain people that might be 42 now that didn't accomplish nothing.
Not even,
you know what I'm saying? They still alive, but they ain't accomplished nothing. So in that 41 years, he made history. You know what I'm saying? Some people contract might be shorter. Some people contract might be longer.
Yeah.
And that might make you understand too why everybody's success ain't at the same speed.
Yeah.
Right.
You might see somebody be real successful and rich at 18 or 19 years old, and you're like, how can they get so rich and I'm 30 and I'm still struggling?
Right.
But their contract might only be to 50. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they starting at 18, because they only got a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
Your contract might be to 97.
Right.
So you might not pop until 48. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But then you be super huge, and now you got 50 more years to live.
Right.
To live it up. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's real.
So you never know how it's gonna go. You never know how it's gonna be structured. It's like unpredictable. All you gotta do is just live it up while you is here. Work as hard as possible and try to leave something behind. Like you know what I mean?
That's real.
This is very deep,
That's real. That's great advice, man.
Yeah.
That's great advice.
Also, like Cassidy, like in terms of like rapping, because you met a lot of young rapper people starting a career and everything. Like, what is the most like advice you give it for people nowadays that are starting career on rap music?
The most advice I could give a new up and coming artist is to believe in yourself more than anybody. Cause in this career, it's so shaky and funny that it could be like one time where everybody seemed like they like you and they messing with you. Yeah. And then like you said, a case or something can happen and it seemed like nobody don't like you.
The same people who like you.
Yeah, but if nobody don't like you, don't mean that you gotta feed into what they saying and stop and give up.
Real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you come and say, yo, do you like this? And somebody say, yo, it's great. And then you ask somebody, I hate it. That don't mean you shouldn't do it just because that person said it. They hate it if you love it. That's what, like he said with Kobe movie. It don't matter if a bunch of other directors saying they hate it. I love it.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to do it and I'm going to put it out. And that's why I won an Oscar. The people that like it, like it.
Right.
And the people that don't like it still don't like it. But what difference do it make?
Right.
I did what I wanted to do.
Right. It's your
you
passion.
You gotta believe in yourself more than anybody else. Don't look for a manager or a co-signer to believe in you more than you believe in yourself and push you.
Right.
You gotta push yourself more than anything and believe in yourself. And and another thing I would give advice is, it's hard, but try to learn the business too. If you're trying to get into business, whatever business it is, not just music, any business. Don't just learn the creative part. Learn the business so you can be able to keep being creative. Because they'll take advantage of your creativity and you won't be able to benefit from it.
Facts.
So I think a good part is learning the business, studying, researching, and trying to figure it out as much as possible. And now with this technology, like you said, with the internet, even though it ain't no books, it is a lot of ways that you could find out certain information and do your research so that you could be better prepared when you get into business.
Facts.
Thank you, Cassidy, for sharing your story with us. It's really very inspiring. You know, and we wish you all the best for 2020. You know, it's gonna be like really like hardcore.
It's gonna be a big year, man. Yeah. I feel it, man. The way you talking right now, Cass got his swag back, man. Stop playing with this man.
He's just starting.
Stop playing
so
with this man. Yeah.
We're looking forward to listen to your music, you know, and much love and respect, you know.
Yes,
so thank you so much for sharing your story with us.
And thank you, VVIP. Thank y'all for having me, man. Shout out to the UAE, man. Dubai holding it down, man. Much love. Easy.